I'm Ash Andrews. Thank you for joining me. Haven't so many of us lost contact with our joy of life? Lost contact with this sense of joy that brings us alive, that brings us fully into life. We've relegated it to the past as part of our ancient history, or we've projected it into the future. We've hung it into the future on the day when the mortgage gets paid, on the day I have my holiday in New Zealand. You know that one where I stand on the bridge and jump over the bridge with a bungee jump on my leg. That's not quite my sense of fun, but hey, I'm sure it brings a lot of people alive. Maybe it's the day the divorce is going to come through, or I get my new car. Whatever, it's not in the moment. And the joy of life needs to be not in the past, not in the future, because it's rather inaccessible to us in those places. We need to have it every day. We need to be switched on to the joy of life every day. And if not fully experiencing it, at least tasting it in some way. And I'll explain this concept that I have around tasting the experience at least every day. So we need to claim it back. We're desperate to claim it back, and let's do it. Let's do it in this. That's the challenge I'm posing you in this video. I'll give you some client examples first. People that I've worked with. So for Gabrielle, she claimed back her joy for music, and she lost that joy for music. She lost it because she stopped playing the guitar when the twins were born. And it's a really good, it's a good excuse, that one, to stop playing the guitar once the twins are born. But there was something essentially missing in her life. And I mean, she loved being with the twins more than anything, and with her partner, etc. But there's something essentially missing, and it was something that she did that was so intimately connected with her heart, and for her that was music. And to reclaim that, to start playing the guitar again, was a really big deal for her. Jim's most essential joy in life was walking in wild, natural environments. That really brought me alive, quote unquote. He made time to resume his bi-monthly wilderness walks, and also retranslated or downsized that wild experience into an early morning walk in the park. And so this is a great skill to do. So it's a really big deal for him to be in wild nature. It really brought him alive, but obviously he can't do that every day or every week. But he retranslated into a form the way he could taste that experience through walking in this park. The park had native birds in it. The park had some native animals. The park had lots of great trees to be in, etc. So he got to taste that experience every day. Billy and Joanne's joy of life dream was paying off their mortgage. And while that remained a really important day for them in the future, they reclaimed a vital joy of life creator for them by having their young children minded once a fortnight and going out dancing. And the dancing experience, that's where they met, and that's something that brought them incredible joy. Donna rediscovered painting, and for Sarah, who was once a ballerina and left that when she was injured, and that was a big really lot of grief in that for her. But she had some sense of tasting that experience through learning Pilates and yoga, the same sense in a way of being with her body in a sensitive way, and feeling that body-mind kind of holism that exercise brings. So to ask you a question, what is something in your past that once brought you joy? Something that you've lost contact with now? What is something in your past that once brought you joy? Something that you'd lost contact with now? And how can you bring that experience back into your life this week? How can you bring that experience back into your life this week? And it may take some retranslating. Yeah, it may not fit back into your life in a clear kind of way, but you may need to translate it. And just another piece on this this retranslating the joy of life that was in the past into a everyday experience that's possible for you now. Sonia's love, she was a client I had, Sonia's love was living in her cottage in the country. But she needed to move into the city to be closer to her older parents. So she needed to retranslate that country vision and that country experience as best she could. So she bought a house in a leafy suburb. She had the trees, she had the native birds, she had the water tanks, she had the solar panels, that kind of alternate structure of holism, of life, she got to experience again. So it wasn't the same, but it had a good experience. It had a good taste of that authentic country experience that she really longed for. So, giving you this challenge to tap into something in the past that really brought you joy, brought you alive, and either bring it back in straight into your life if you can, or retranslate it into a different form. I've enjoyed being with you. I'm Ash Andrews. See you in the next video or sometime soon.